Greetings, dear viewers. It is I, Drayhon, and welcome back to another Dungeons & Dragons character conversion. To start things off, I would like to promote another channel. I've promoted them before, North Randier's Guide to Everything. They are a YouTube channel much like myself and Tulok the Barbarian, where they create famous characters in Dungeons & Dragons. And recently, they had a build for Yugioh. And I was actually inspired to do my own video on a duelist from the Yu-Gi-Oh franchise. Not one of the cards like I've done previously, which actually I have done Dark Magician and Buster Blader, two cards used by Yugioh. Whether or not that inspired Nathrandir to make Yu-Gi-Oh or not is debatable. I would like to think that was the inspiration, but it probably isn't. But Yugioh, Nathrandir's build on Yugioh, was the inspiration behind today's build. Seto Kaiba, Yugioh's main rival. The wielder of the Blue Eyes White Dragon. Now, to start things off, we are using the point-buy system for our stats. Strength, Wisdom, and Charisma will be our lowest stat at 10. He is only around 18 at the start of the franchise, probably around V's age now, as far as the movie Dark Side of the Dimension, though that's also debatable, because I don't know if when that is actually set. It's probably right after they graduated, so it's probably more like Seto's about 20 at best. Still a young adult, so plausible. Anyway, Constitution is the next lowest at 13, followed by Dexterity at 14, and Intelligence is our highest stat at 15. For this particular build, which normally I wouldn't try to go for the Summoner type, but it's possible. For this particular build, we need to focus on Seto's main cards. The Blue Eyes archetype, the XYZ monsters, and the Virus trap cards. I attempted to try to get the Eyes of Blue archetype, but unfortunately you can't summon actual people, though you can get pretty darn close. But that's not the point of this build, unfortunately. As much as I would love to get the Priestess with Eyes of Blue, you need true polymorph in order to perfectly get the Eyes of Blue archetype. And honestly, that's a build in of itself that I might cover in the future. Though if you want a quick and dirty method for that, I would recommend my Sarkhan Vol build. Moving on here, we need our race. Kaiba is obviously human. We're going to use the variant human. That'll give us a +1 to our constitution and a +1 to our intelligence, making them even. Speed of 30 feet. Skill will go with intimidation. He is rather intimidating for an 18 to 20-year-old. For our feat, we'll go with Fighting Initiate, and we'll grab Unarmed Fighting. We rarely see him use weapons, if at all. If it is, it's going to be one of his cards, which I've got something planned for that here in a moment. For background, we're going to grab the Noble background. He is of the Kaiba family. That'll give us skills in history and insight. Tools will be Dragon Chess. Actually, I should put that down as playing cards now that I think about it. Actually, I think something I'm getting later gives us that proficiency. Anyway, languages, Draconic because of Blue Eyes. We also get the feature known as Retainers. This is how we get access to Mokuba, who is a perfect backup character in case Seto is ever put out of commission. I would also recommend the other two retainers being scientists that work with Kaiba Corp. Moving on to class, we're starting things off as Rogue. This will give us a D8 hit die, proficiency with light armor, simple weapons, hand crossbows, longsword, rapier, and short sword. Tools, you get Thieves' Tools for saving throws, dexterity, and intelligence. For skills, grab acrobatics, athletics, stealth, and investigation. For expertise, like I said, he is very intimidating for an 18 to 20-year-old. Intimidation is going to be your expertise, as well as investigation. Sneak attack and thieves' count are your other two features for the rogue class. Going on to level 2 rogue, we will get cunning action. And we're going to go ahead and multi-classing into Artificer. He is the CEO of Kaiba Corp, a corporation specialized in technology. Which is going to be why we do this build. And I'll explain more on why this build will actually fit with Kaiba more than, say, a wizard. Well, that's easy. Kaiba doesn't believe in magic. I mean, he literally said, "You really believe this mumbo-jumbo?" in the show. Well, in the English dub, but I digress. Proficiencies, medium armor, and shields, as well as tinker tools will be added to your proficiencies. You get magical tinkering, and the spell casting of the Artificer, which I kind of use quotations for most of the time because it's kind of spell casting, kind of not. Check my video out on how to deal with Artificers and Psionics video to see where I stand on that. Level 2 Artificers get Infuse item. One of the things you can actually get is a Homunculus. This can be your dual bot. Or it can be one of the A to Z monsters. Level 3 Artificer, we're going into exploring Eberron to get the Maverick Specialist. One of my viewers actually mentioned that I should let you guys know where some of these come from since they are not official material, even though I kind of count them as official since they are made by the people who made that particular setting. This one being, of course, Keith Baker, the person who made Eberron. Anyway, the Maverick Artificer Specialist gives us the Arcane Breakthrough. This is normally where we get our specialist spells. However, this is different for the Maverick Artificer. The Maverick Artificer gives us the Arcane Breakthroughs, which gives us one extra spell slot for every level that we are able to produce a spell. And we choose a class that produces spells, for this example, Wizard, and we are able to add that spell list to our breakthrough spell list. However, this does not... The breakthrough spell that we are able to prepare for this new breakthrough spell slot has to be from that breakthrough spell list. Can't be any other spell. And it is added to the amount of spells we are able to prepare. You're going to have to read Exploring Eberron to get a better description of this subclass because I cannot do it justice because I have slurred my speech a lot. So make sure you read that to understand this fully. But I will be putting in the spell list what spells we are getting from our breakthrough spell lists to sort of demonstrate the arcane breakthroughs a little bit more. We also get Cantrip Specialist. We are able to get some extra cantrips. Useful. We also get Right Tool of a Job for just being an Artificer at level 3. If we do not have a certain tool type, we are able to make that tool and become proficient with it. Useful. Moving on to level 4 Artificer, we are grabbing the feat Warcaster. Our spells now make it even more difficult for our opponents to keep concentration. And what spells usually have concentration? Summoning spells. Yeah. Moving on to level 3, Rogue. We are going to Dark Tides of Bilgewater, Legends of Runeterra, to grab the Roguish Archetype Wild card. We get tricks up the sleeve, and we also get Wild Cards Gambit, which will pick playing cards. Wild Cards Gambit gives us a special ability depending on the gaming set that we chose. For playing cards, we get a special type of attack. We throw a card and it deals damage. This is sort of a reference to the time he was able to jam a gun with a card during the, I think it was Duelist Kingdom arc. I don't quite remember, but it was hilarious. Moving on to level 5, Artificer, we get Cantrip Savant, thanks to the Maverick. This gives our cantrips a little extra boost in power. Level 6 Artificers get Tool Expertise. We now get double the proficiency to any tool check. Level 8 Artificers gets an ability score improvement. Go ahead and increase your intelligence to an 18. Level 9 Artificers get another Arcane Breakthrough option, so we get to take another spell list and add it to our Breakthrough spell list. That way, when we choose new spells, we are able to choose spells from that spell list. So now we have Druid added onto our Breakthrough spell list. This is getting kind of long already. We get Superior Breakthroughs, which is a pretty good ability as well. I can't quite remember what it does, but it's really good. I think it gave us a bonus to our spells, or it gave us another spell slot. I don't quite remember. Anyway, we also get Work in Progress, which lets us change our cantrips whenever we want, basically. I think it's over a short rest. We get to just change out our cantrip. Very useful indeed. Level 10 Artificers get Magic Item Adept. Level 11 Artificers get Spell Storing Item. This, well, lets us store a spell in an item. So, say we have the ability to summon. We'll just put that in one of our playing cards. Yeah? Level 12 Artificer, get another ability score improvement. Increase your intelligence to 20. Level 13 Artificers, get another Arcane Breakthrough. Go ahead and grab Cleric. This will give us access to the Summon Celestial spell if we so desire. Level 14 Artificers get Magic Item Savant. I think that was supposed to be something else. I can't remember. Hold on. Storing item. Magic. Okay, yeah, it's supposed to be Savant. Okay, Magic Item Savant. More added to the number of magic items we can attune with. Awesome. Level 15 Artificers, the final breakthrough, which for some reason didn't get a K added onto it, I just noticed. Either way, very useful. Keeps on adding to the number of spell slots we get. Perfect. Moving on. Level 16 Artificer. We get a feat. Grab Mage Slayer. What I said earlier about the Warcaster being able to cause disadvantage on Constitution checks on concentration was false. That was helping you with your concentration. Mage Slayer makes it harder for your opponents to concentrate on the concentration spells. Useful. Finally, level 17 Artificer, another Arcane Breakthrough. Go ahead and grab Sorcerer because we get some good spells from that list as well, in case we don't like the summoning spells. Well, that is it for the build. Let's go ahead and take a look at that spell list. Recommended spell list for cantrips. Grab Mending, Resistance, Shocking Grasp, Thunderclap, and for our breakthrough spell, Blade Ward. First level spells: Absorb Elements, Cure Wounds, Feather Fall, Jump, and Find Familiar for our breakthrough spell. Enhance ability at level 2, Enlarge Reduce, Lesser Restoration, Web, and our breakthrough spell is going to be Cloud of Daggers. Third level, Fly, Tiny Servant, and our breakthrough spell is Counterspell. Fourth level, Arcane Eye, Summon Construct, Conjure Minor Elementals for your breakthrough spell. I would ask your Dungeon Master if you can reflavor an elemental like the Fire Snake to be lightning based. That way you can have your Thunder Dragon. That's just a thought. I would allow it, but I'm not sure if your Dungeon Master will, so you have to make sure with them first. At 5th level, we get Greater Restoration and Summon Draconic Spirit. This is obviously a reference to Blue Eyes White Dragon, his main monster. And you could use Enlarge Reduce spell on Blue Eyes to make him bigger, and that would probably count as Blue Eyes Ultimate, as well as putting enhanceability on it, probably. I don't know. But either way, that is the end of this build. I do hope you enjoyed. Enlarge Reduce would also work on Summon Construct to make it a bigger machine, like, say, X-Head Cannon going into one of the fusions, like XYZ Dragon Cannon. Just a thought. It's mostly just flavor. Especially with some of these other spells. He has a couple of different spells and traps that protect him and are able to heal, which honestly works. Counterspell is meant to reference some of the virus cards, which are able to stop spells from activating. I think we had Dispel Magic around here somewhere. No, we do not. Okay, that's unfortunate. Oh well. Well, anyway, that's it for this build. I do hope you enjoyed my Seto Kaiba build. And once again, make sure you check out Nathrandir's build for Yugi, as well as Tulok, since he also has a build on Yugi from a long time ago. I will attempt to remember to put links in the description for these videos. Until next time, this has been Drehon, and I am offline.